Alone on a quiet evening, the world seems still. The gentle hum of life slows around you. Your breathing is soft and steady. In these moments, a question arises. Can you be alone and truly feel at peace instead of lonely? It's a question many of us wonder about, and the answer begins with a shift in perspective. When we see solitude not as emptiness, but as a space full of possibility, we find something unexpected, a rich and gentle companionship inside ourselves. Think back to a time when you felt truly alone. Was it on a peaceful hike in the mountains, with the sky above painted in orange and pink? Or was it in a cozy room, curled up with a good book? In those moments, something surprising might happen. Instead of feeling lonely, you feel connected to nature, to a story, and most importantly, to yourself. Being alone doesn't have to mean feeling lonely. These two experiences may seem similar, but they are very different. Being alone is simply a physical state of having nobody else around, but feeling lonely is a state of mind, a feeling of emptiness or disconnection. It's possible to feel lonely in a crowd, and it's possible to feel peaceful when you're all by yourself. The secret is how we use that time. Imagine a young woman named Sarah sitting in a park. Every evening she watches children play, friends laughing together. Sometimes she feels a pang of loneliness. But one day she decides to try something different. She brings a sketchbook to the park. As the sun begins to set, she opens her notebook and draws what she sees: children swinging, leaves rustling in the wind, a dog chasing a ball. In drawing, Sarah realizes she is connecting with the world around her and with herself. Instead of feeling lonely, she feels peaceful and alive. Her loneliness softens as she immerses in her creativity. Solitude can become a canvas for creativity. When writers, artists, or even daydreamers step back from the noise of daily life, they often find new ideas waiting patiently. A painter might discover colors she never knew she loved when left alone with her thoughts. A musician might hear melodies in the silence. You may not be a painter or a musician, but there is a little creative spark inside you too. It could be in the way you rearrange your room, the way you cook a simple meal, or the way you write in your journal. Even humming a tune softly to yourself at night can be an act of creativity. These moments remind you that your mind is full of songs and images and stories, all needing only the quiet to flourish. Consider another example. Alex, a college student, always felt lonely in the dorm. He missed his family and friends from home, and the new environment felt cold. At first, he spent hours on his phone, scrolling through social media, seeing everyone else's pictures of fun. But these images just made him feel more separate. Finally, Alex decided to turn off the screen. Instead of scrolling, he stood at the window watching raindrops race each other down the pane. In that moment, something changed. He realized he was more present to himself, more aware of his breathing, and less restless. When Alex started simply watching the rain, he stopped feeling empty. He found comfort in the steady sound of water and in his own calm reflection. Like Alex, you can let the simple presence of nature, or even the rhythm of your own breath, become a gentle companion. The idea is not to ignore feelings of loneliness. They can still come and go, but to gently welcome them as guests and then guide yourself back to a place of understanding and kindness. Loneliness can teach us about what we truly need and want in our lives, but if we don't get lost in it, we might see it as a reminder to connect with ourselves first. Sometimes it helps to think about being alone, like watching the sunrise. The morning sky is quiet before the sun peeks over the horizon. It's a time for reflection, a time for the new day to begin. In the same way, being alone can be a moment for your inner day to start. You might discover thoughts, dreams, and memories that were overlooked in the busyness. These hidden parts of you have wisdom. When you allow them to come forward, you may feel like an old friend returning. Still, there might be nights when the mind spins tales of emptiness. On such nights, it helps to have a gentle routine, like lighting a candle, brewing tea, or hugging a pillow. These are acts of care for yourself. They say, "I see you and I am here for you." They warm you up from the inside. Imagine how you might comfort a dear friend who is sad or anxious. You might speak softly, hold their hand, or just sit beside them. Try offering that same kindness to yourself during lonely moments. Let's take a moment for a symbolic story. In a quiet valley far from towns and highways stood an old tree on a hill. The tree was not among a bustling forest. It stood alone, branches stretching wide under the open sky. Some days, storm clouds would gather and thunder would rumble. But the tree stood firm. The birds visited and the breeze sang through its leaves. At night it felt the warm glow of the moon. Now you might think this tree would feel lonely, standing by itself up there. But it did not. You see, the tree understood something simple and beautiful. Being alone was just being itself. Each morning, as dawn light painted the valley, the tree stretched its roots deeper into the ground. With each passing season, it grew a little taller, its branches a bit fuller, and it gathered wisdom from every ring in its trunk. It did not need another tree by its side to feel complete. Instead, it found purpose in itself and stillness in every breeze. This story reminds us that solitude can be strength. The tree flourished alone because it learned to rely on its own roots. Just like the tree, you can grow roots and let your branches reach out to the light. In your case, your roots might be your values, passions, and memories, and the light might be your hopes and dreams. Even when life feels like a thunderstorm, those roots are strong enough to hold you steady. And just as the tree offered shelter and shade to others, so can you offer kindness and understanding when life feels dark around you. Often, loneliness is described like being lost in a vast desert. But imagine instead you are standing in a wide open field at dawn. The air is cool, and you can feel the grass under your feet. You have the whole horizon to yourself, and the promise of a new day ahead. There is something freeing in that expanse. Similarly, when you are alone, there is a freedom to explore your thoughts, to dream without limits, to breathe deeply in a peaceful silence. This freedom is something many people truly appreciate when they allow themselves to pause and notice. In this quiet, you might think of all the people in the world right now who are also alone. There's a young artist in a studio, an elder in a quiet house, a child reading a book, and in that moment you feel a curious kinship with them all. You are different, yes, but you share a common experience. You all are here in the silence, sharing the stillness of the universe. Suddenly you feel less alone, connected by the simple truth that we are all human beings under the same stars. Of course, it's natural to sometimes want a friend or to join others. Human beings are wired for connection, and that's a beautiful thing. So allow yourself to feel that sometimes you miss a hug, a laugh with someone, or just a shared silence. But when those moments come, take a gentle breath and remember all these little ways you have been nurturing yourself. The more you practice being your own friend, the less lonely you will feel when alone. You might say to yourself, "I am here for myself." Repeat that like a mantra while gazing at the sky or looking in the mirror. In fact, look in the mirror right now. See your eyes, see your smile. Feel your chest rise and fall with your own breath. Touch your heart with your hand. You are present with yourself. This simple practice can be surprisingly profound. Even therapists and spiritual teachers say that what we say to ourselves matters tremendously. Try it now. Say something kind to yourself, as you would to a best friend. You might feel a little awkward at first, but with time you'll notice a gentle shift. Another everyday example, the plants on your windowsill. You might talk to them, watering them every morning, watching new leaves unfurl. They are living company that depend on you, and they give you quiet comfort in return. Similarly, a pet can be a peaceful companion. The way a dog wags its tail or a cat purrs when you pet them can reassure you in silence. If you don't have a pet, even cuddling a plush toy can bring back childhood feelings of being held safe. Consider the habits you have around being alone. Are there small comforts that cheer you up, like the smell of fresh laundry or the first sip of coffee in the morning? Notice those little joys and lean into them. For example, just before bed, you might play a favorite song and stretch your body, feeling each muscle relax. These small rituals tell your body and brain that being alone is also being cared for. It helps to look at memories that make you smile. You might keep a photo album or a digital gallery of moments when you felt happy. These images can silently cheer you on when you are alone. Look at the people you love and remember their love for you. That love extends to when you are by yourself. You can even call a loved one not because you feel lonely, but just to share a peaceful moment, to say the stars are beautiful tonight, and I thought of you. Even if none of these examples sound exactly like you, think of something that does. Maybe you love taking hot baths with candles, or stepping out on a balcony and feeling the wind, or cooking breakfast with a song on. It's your palette to paint with. Slowly, as days pass, you'll notice that time spent alone becomes richer. A task that once felt boring, like laundry or washing dishes, can become an opportunity to enjoy music or reflect on a good book you've recently read. Let's pause and breathe together. Breathe in deeply through your nose, feel your chest rise, then let it out slowly. Do this a few times. Notice how your mind begins to quiet with each breath. That rhythm is a reminder. You have an anchor within your own body. It doesn't depend on another person. You carry it with you always. In the quiet of your room or by a window, you might even talk to yourself like an old friend. It's okay to speak your fears or hopes out loud. I'm proud of you for being here. Or I feel nervous, but I trust that you will handle this. As strange as it might feel at first, this self-talk is a gentle guide. It's like having a wise mentor in your own mind. Perhaps as a symbolic gesture, you could keep an object that reminds you of your inner strength. Maybe a smooth stone, a piece of jewelry, or a feather. Hold it whenever you feel alone. That object can carry the energy of all your loved ones and your own courage. Close your eyes and feel gratitude for the little things, the pillow that holds your head, the roof over you, the air in your lungs. Gratitude shifts loneliness into connectedness. You might whisper, "Thank you for this moment, for this breath." When you focus on these simple blessings, loneliness often falls away, and you feel like you're bathing in warmth from within. Slowly, over time, you'll notice a change. The word alone itself might start feeling different. Instead of alone, empty, you might start saying in your mind, alone, sacred space. You might compare it to the quiet between musical notes. Those pauses make the music beautiful, or like the silence a comedian enjoys before a punchline. It makes the laughter possible. Your solo moments are that silence. They are preparing you for the next beautiful note in your life. To draw everything together, remember the image of the tree and the stars and the sunrise. Those images come from within you as much as they are around you. Whenever you feel alone, close your eyes and imagine gentle waves or feel the rough bark of the tree with your mind's fingers. Use your imagination. It can turn a simple room into a great adventure. No one can walk your path but you. Embrace that. Being alone can mean you are the lead character in your own story right now. You get to choose how this chapter goes. Do you want it to be a peaceful journey through a beautiful landscape or a stormy challenge that makes you stronger? Either way, know this. You are resilient, you are capable, and you are loved by life itself. So each day when you find yourself alone, see it as a special invitation, an invitation to think, to create, to feel, to heal, to grow. Accept it gently. Drink a warm tea, read a bit more of that novel, sketch a doodle, or watch the sunset. In solitude, you are like a gardener tending to your inner garden. You might water the parts that feel dry by writing a few kind words to yourself. You might prune away negative thoughts by letting go of what doesn't serve you. You might plant seeds of positivity by planning something nice for the future. And as in any garden, it takes time to grow. But with patience, you will see blooms of confidence, joy, and creativity. When the time feels right, you will step back out into the world, and your spirit will be refreshed. You'll share the calm you found in solitude, and maybe inspire others with your newfound light. Until then, enjoy this journey within. Now, as this script comes to a close, I want you to feel something in your chest, a gentle warmth, a quiet pride, a small smile. You've spent these minutes with yourself, learning and loving yourself a bit more. You are a person who can be alone without being lonely. Keep shining, keep believing, and know that the peace you feel when alone can stay with you, even as you step back into the world. You are never truly alone because, in this very moment, your own heart is your constant companion and your guide. You are never truly lonely because right now, your own heart is your companion and your guide. Breathe in truth and know you are completely supported. Trust yourself. You already have everything you need. Remember, truly, the best company you'll ever have is your own soul shining brightly. All is well now.